Alright, if you watched the last video, I didn't even sit back down. We're just going to roll right on into it. Now we're going to talk about rules. I am not going to get in-depth class by class by class by class. I just want to touch on some of the high points really. Gut and go for front wheel drive is still going to be separated 4-cylinder and V6/V8. Yes, I get asked all the time. I don't know why it's such a shock. If you want to bring out the V8 unibody front wheel drive Cadillac, go for it. That car can run in our gut and go front wheel drive V6/V8 class. Some people complain about that, but for God's sakes, there isn't a V8 front wheel drive car unibody 1980 and newer that I'd be afraid of if I was running a Lumina or a Camry. Yeah, they're heavy. That's about all they got going for them. There's so much stuff packed into those engines, it's crazy. But anyway, we changed the rules a little bit. I'm allowing you to weld your bumper on this year. No added metal, no extra nothing, but there's too many goofy angles. I mean, it's easy if you're running a W body, yeah, just bolt it on, but you know, there's so many things out there that are just not W bodies. So we gave you that little bit of flexibility. Don't cut your crush boxes off. You can put a tin style bumper on, but you can weld it on this year. We're going to allow headers this year. We didn't last year. We're going to allow creasing this year. Not creasing, sorry. We are not allowing creasing this year. We are allowing notching and pre-bending this year in the gut and go classes. I don't want you to spend more money, but a little bit more to have fun, that's perfectly fine. Minis, we kind of consolidated. It's not gut and go. It's not as heavy as our semi-stock was. We kind of consolidated that. I don't want two separate classes, so I think that build is fair. It'll still give me the great attitudes, you know, guys that aren't wanting to build a vehicle and run 15 shows out of, you know, guys that still want to come out and wreck shit, but you can build a little bit, you know, tire swaps are good there, that kind of stuff, so you can still do a little bit there. We have a new permanent, every show is going to have our stock, bone stock, half-ton truck, dialed the rules way back. Bumper swap, tires are, you know, you can swap tires, but I mean, other than that, it's a really stock show. Jeremy at Basketball ran an absolutely awesome truck show. He didn't even let you bumper swap. And Nick with Crash Tracy, now he's gone to a bone stock half-ton class, and he's not letting you swap bumpers. So that's something that I'll be watching close if I need to dial it back even farther. But half-ton guys, come put on a show. I'm going to pay you the same as, you know, as what we're planning for cleanup. So if 10 trucks show up, that's all it takes to get $500. It's not like running some of those shows where you're only making $300. It doesn't matter how many show up. I know that those shows are out there. Full size. After Seymour last year, full size, I said that I wasn't even going to have it at all, but I had some guys talk me out of that, mostly which were on my crew. We're just going to dial it way back to the type of rules that Jeremy runs or similar. Just super, super, super stock. Keep it fun. You want to bring your metric out, bring it out. You want to build that rusty POS, you know, old iron that isn't worth a big money show, bring that thing out. You want to bring a Bubble Vic and run the stock 4.6, you're probably just as competitive as anybody else. You know, it's a class that really any full-size car can win, in my mind. Same thing, you know, we'll get paid based on car count. When you hear me talk about payouts, those are always minimums. So, full-size car, 10 show up, you're getting at least 500, but depending on the contract with, you know, sponsors and fair boards and you know, every contract I have is different. None of them are the same. Some promoters, I get, the fair puts out $4,000, let's say. That's a pretty common number. The fair puts out $4,000 in prize money, so I'm going to pay $4,000 in prize money. They pay me this much. That's what I put in my pocket. That is not how I do things. I have zero flat fee. My money is based on how many cars show up. And I don't take near enough of it home. I was just working on my tax return. I lost $3,400 last year. Anybody that doesn't believe me, you're welcome to come look at my books. So I'm not here to try to make money, but I do want it to be fair to the classes that show up and put on a show. What class am I missing? Semi-stock, mid-size. I opened things up for you guys a little bit. Not a ton, but a little. Rear mounts for the cradles can be pulled this year and pulled tight. Not a ton of changes there though. Biggest thing, semi-stock guys, I don't care what you got away with where. I don't care what your justification is for what you do. I let a lot slide last year because I knew that you guys didn't have anywhere to run, but rules will be followed this year for that class. I think that's it. If you have questions on rules, all of our rules, every class is pinned to the top of the 1Goose Promotions Facebook page. So if you, 1Goose Promotions on Facebook, I'm looking at it right now, home screen, it is pinned to the top, hit read more, and every class is in one list. And then in every individual event, if you say, I'm going to run Honor Flight Derby, go into Honor Flight, go into the discussion, rules are all there. If you have questions, I answer rules questions daily. Middle of winter, January, New Year's Day, I'm answering questions about rules. Anytime, shoot me a message. If you have questions, happy to help. Justifications, carb guys for the mid-size stuff. I know you guys bitch at me all the time, and that's fine. That's one of the biggest reasons that I won't do it, because to have a conversation with it seems difficult. It's like, it's always, if the only justification is, if you don't think the way I think, you're stupid, that's not going to work for it. I have my justification. I've said it a million times to everybody that wants a reason. I don't want the guy sitting in the stands to look at a winning car and say, wow, that has $300, $500, $700 worth of shit poking out of the hood, making it look scary. I know it doesn't help. People, that's your argument every time. Why can't we run carbs? It doesn't make the car stronger. No shit. I know that. It's all about mental. I want more drivers into this sport. If you don't want to work with your promoter and try to understand his reasoning behind things, you're not the type of drivers that we have. You're not the drama-free, good time, do it for the right reasons, bring people into the sport. If you're not willing to have just a conversation that doesn't turn into, you don't think the way I think, so you're stupid, then it's not worth having a conversation. I have my reasons. Give me something that's better, and we'll talk about it. Sorry for getting away on that. Full size guys, my original plan was bone stock, bone stock, bone stock for full size. And then I had a big group that said, no, we need you to run rules similar to this, please, because we hate X promoter and Y promoter and Z promoter and promoter and promoter. We hate everybody, so we need you to run more of a builder's class. And then I've learned that y'all hate everybody because it's impossible to make you happy. I'm not trying to say that, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but everybody, when you're talking a more build class, you want the rules to be exactly to the amount of equipment that you own and no more. So just to make everybody happy is impossible. So if I make it as stock as possible, if you're in it for the right reasons, come have a good time. I'll always pay more money when I can. We'll give you badass trophies every time. I have a stack of steel sitting behind the camera. Chris Gremler from Steel Cut Metalworks is getting me 2 more sheets of stuff right now. It's all getting cut so we can get to work on trophies. Big thanks this year. Welders came back. They are our primary sponsor. Oh, what's that light flashing? Hold on. Oh, that's plenty of time. Okay, we're good. Welders Auto Salvage came back as our primary sponsor this year. They do an awesome job. You need to haul your crap in. Hit up Welders. Give them a call. It's looking like Quality Repair Bondwell is going to come back. We weren't with them for 2020. Obviously, there was a lot of stuff going on in the world, so I understand. But it sounds like they're going to come back heavy to help us out in 21. Pete's Towing, we're still poking at him. I think we're going to be able to get him to come back hopefully this year. D&D Auto, we're poking at them. You know, Catcore's reached out. RAS is always a helpful hand. You know, he's already been working with us on some ideas. So there's a lot of push from the sponsors. Glenn's Towing, we talked about you. You just didn't know it. So we'll see if that class is going to happen that you want us to have. We've had a lot of help from our sponsors. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but I am literally just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, like I always do in my videos. Brian Waller, you just messaged me. It says, my shop yard is starting to look like yours. Unless you've got 24 of them sitting back there, it's not looking like mine, but you're getting close. But difference is you're still buying cars, and I'm in the process of trying to get rid of mine. Let's see, we're almost 11 minutes into this, so if you're still watching, yes. As far as the personal side of things, I have decided once the cars in my backyard are gone, I'm done. I'm not going to collect cars anymore. I'm not going to stack them up. If I want to run a derby here and there, I'll go buy a gun and go car. We have some really fun stuff that we want to do as far as driving this year, but this isn't something that I need to do forever, and I'm learning that. I've run show after show after show after show. In years past, obviously we did last year, but yeah, we're having a good time. But life has changes. So Brian, I don't know what did you just send me a picture of here? Ooh, a LeSabre. All right, metric ride. I like it. Hope to see that thing at a 1Goose show, Brian. That's it for rules. If you have questions on them, shoot me a message. Next video, you're gonna see a trip to Weller's. A real big surprise. And then we'll work on a video that Jake shot. See what you guys think of that. Somebody else behind the camera. I don't even remember where I was, but I wasn't here. And then an aftermath that I think you guys are really going to enjoy seeing. Kyle, I'm sorry that it took me so long to get the aftermath up, but it will happen. So we're going to call that a video. Once again, I think this is going to be the last one you see from my my basement office that I'm obviously in the process of finishing here. But appreciate you following along as always. Get goosed.